That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey everybody, Jeff Williams here. But that's JeffWilliams.com. Yeah, no. What are we doing today? Well, today I got you out in the wilderness. Why? Because I like that. That's why. And anyway, I got a nice creek down here. And I got some new toys I want to try out. See that? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you what that is yet. Anyway, we're gonna go down the creek and I'll tell you all about it. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? Do you know what I'm gonna say? You don't know what I'm gonna say. So come on, let's go. Okay, now let me show you what I got. If I can get my pack off my back. Thing weighs a ton. Actually, it's not that heavy. I got my crevicing tools in there, and I got a new toy to show you. Ooh, but before I do that, I got a couple patrons I gotta read off, so hold on. I got Robert Edwards, Craig Robertson, and you know what? Hi Garrett, thanks for upping your pledge. I really appreciate that. Ruben and Drake Velez, gosh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Cameron McNichols, and Ian and Alan Banks. Now, a real quick note about Alan Banks. He's the son of Ian, woo-hoo-hoo, and he's one of our newest prospectors. And guess what? He's about to turn 2 years old, December 29th. So we're gonna give him a big cowboy happy birthday, and then I'm gonna give a big cowboy hat and all the rest of my patrons. Ready? First of all, happy birthday, Alan. Yee-haw! And now for all my patrons, ready? Yee-haw! Woo, I know, I couldn't do it without you. Thanks for helping me keep the dream alive. Now, let's get on to what we're doing today. Come here, take a look at this. All right, so what do we got here? Woo-wee, I got my favorite backpack. Actually, it's a new backpack. And I got all my crevicing tools in it, see that? And you're thinking, what the heck is that, Jeff? Introducing the Samuel L. Jackson Mother Sucker. I didn't make that up. That's the actual name of it. Ooh, and yo, that's a bad... No, Samuel L. Jackson didn't make this. This came from a company up in Canada called Motherlode Prospecting Supplies. I'm gonna leave a link down below so you can check out their store. So anyway, I got one of these from them because I don't have one. The neat thing about this thing is it's two tools in one, okay? It's a sniping tool if you want to go out and prospect, what we're gonna do today. And it's also a production tool too, and I'm gonna show you how that all works. So, of course, I got my gold pan. All right, so how does this thing go together? The most important part of this whole thing is the seal. Now, I see a lot of guys out there making them, and the seals don't work good, and if the seal don't work good, then the suction don't work good. So these are very important. Now, the reason why I like this one is because the seal, it's a double-headed seal. See that? And it's made out of leather, which is interesting. And when you put it in the water, it expands, and I like that. Now, the other important part, if you're gonna be making one of these or buying one of these, is the valve assembly, okay? It's very important. This is the sniping tool right here, and then of course this is the production tool. Now, another neat thing I like about this is, look at that. See that? I don't know if you can see that. They put little guards in the front so you don't get rocks caught up in there inside the tube. Sometimes when you're sucking up all that gravel, a rock will get stuck up in there. You see that? All right, so I'm gonna put this whole thing together, and what we're gonna do first is we'll do the sniper mode, and then I'll put it in production mode and show you how to do that. So do you know what I'm gonna say? So come on, let's go. I like to put this guy in some water and let him soak for about 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm gonna get some water in my gold pan, see that? And then I'm just gonna throw him in there. Actually, I gotta get some more water than that, huh? Come on now, I know I got water in there. There we go. See that? Got leaves and stuff in there. So I'm gonna let him soak in there, and what's gonna happen is he's gonna swell up, and then I'll put him in that tube, and he'll create good suction. Now, I highly recommend, if you're gonna be doing any hand dredging out in the field, that you bring extra tools, just in case. Now, I like to bring a long screwdriver. It doubles as a crevicing tool, and check it out. If I get any rocks stuck in there, I can poke them out, see that? Or with this guy. All right. Now, I like to bring a pair of pliers and channel locks. And the reason why is on this guy, remember I told you this thing has two purposes. It's a sniping tool and it's an actual production tool. Well, in order to change over, you got to take it apart. And sometimes these get a little stiff and you need channel locks to pull it apart. See that? And I'm going to show you why here in a minute. So, anyway, to make it into a sniping tool, you take this longer piece off. See that? and you just stick him on the end like such. This is your plunger bar. Look at that. Yeah. On this particular model, they got the end that's beveled here. See that? Because when this thing expands, when the seal expands, it's going to be hard to get it in this way. So they beveled it so it'll slide in. See that? Nice and easy. Ooh, I like that. And then the top just kind of pushes down. And then all you got to do is push him into place like such. And it's done. It's ready for the field work. Now, I'm going to take it down there and do some sniping and show you what it's all about. Then after that, I'm going to come up here and do a switcheroo. And then I'm going to show you how to turn it into a production model. Now, this is not a crowbar, okay? This is a crowbar. I see a lot of guys that see a crack in a rock. They'll cram that thing in there, do that, and bam, break this thing clean off. If you got that, you bring one of these. That's why the crevicing tools are so necessary. You get in there and you pry that thing apart, then you stick it in there. Another thing I got to emphasize real quick is that you don't jam this thing down in the dirt and then start pulling up, especially if it's in the sniper mode. You're looking for little tiny cracks. You're going to just float this tip right over the top. And then you're going to let it suck it up on its own. See that? Now, I got a trap in here, and it's going to fill up with heavies. And then when that fills up, it's going to blow out, so I'm going to put it in my pan. So we're going to do that real quick, and I'm going to see if I got anything. Now, one other thing I got to warn you about is if you're pulling up on this thing and you feel a lot of resistance, stop and try to blow it out. Chances are you got a leaf or a rock or something stuck in there. And you don't want to crank on that thing and blow that seal out. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Like I said, you blow your material in there and you take this guy off. See that? See how that acts as a nice trap? Now I'm gonna clean him out. But like I said, that's why I like that. It's got a nice trap in it. Let's see, I gotta get some water. I gotta get some water down here. Wow, look at all those heavies in there. See that? That's nothing but black sand. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh yeah, not much. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it. Get that water out of there so it doesn't backfly. Look at that. I'm gonna see if I can get that in the light just right. Look at that, real close. Get as close as you can. See, there's 1 speck, 2 speck, 3 speck. I mean, little tiny specks. You see them? Right there. Wow, little tiny pieces. All right, that's a good sign. I was hoping for something bigger. All right, so we're gonna go back down there and I'm gonna show you how to set up the production model, and then we'll get in behind some of these rocks. Maybe I'll come up here or something like that and move some heavy rocks out of the way. So now I know I've got a little bit of fine gold, some flour gold in here. Maybe I can find a flake or two. So, do you know what I'm gonna say, Mr. Tree? Oh, he don't know. So come on, let's go. All right, now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the extension on our plunger. Ooh, and that's stiff. Good thing I brought my channel locks. Okay, so I loosen him up like such. Like that. Now when you get this kit, it comes with this lubricating grease. And it's very important because you're gonna put it on the threads of this PVC tubing, because that way it doesn't lock it up, because I guarantee you crank on this hard enough, it's gonna be really hard to get it back off. So I'm gonna lube that up. And I'm gonna put a little on this guy, like that. And you don't have to be too tight, just nice and snug. Now you're gonna get a little O-ring seal in there. And that O-ring seal goes right here. And you're gonna wanna lube him up a little bit too, because it's gonna create an airtight seal. Put him right over the end. If I can get him on there. All right, and see the big head that has the 2 holes in it? Now, I'm gonna show you a little trick, okay? See the name? I know, I've said it a million times. The name, to give you reference, should be facing straight up and down when you put this thing together. And you'll see holes here. And you're gonna line those holes up, see that? And then you've got these little eye bolts, see that? The eye bolts screw in there and they lock the tube up with the valve assembly. And so when you're done, the name should be straight up and the valve should come off to your left. It'll make things so much easier. Then you just pop him in. Now, I like to angle him so when he's sitting at the angle of the dredge, the hand dredge, it's sitting about the angle of where the bottom of the creek bed or the bedrock is, like this. So I know this is my top, so I'm gonna put him in right about like that. See that? And there you go, I'm ready to go. You're thinking, okay, Jeff, Mr. Fancy Pants, where does that go? Yeah, I'm glad you asked. Okay, now, you can get a 5-gallon bucket and then tap this into it and put holes in the top to vent it so the water will come out. There's also some other tricks you can do with it too. I've seen a lot of guys, they'll bring a bazooka gold sluice out here, a gold trap sluice, and they'll wire this up at the top of the head and they'll just pump directly into that thing. You don't have to classify with a bazooka gold trap sluice. What I'm gonna do today, I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try to put it up my gold pan. I know you're thinking, Jeff, that's just crazy. I know, that's me. I'll put him in there and I'll wire him into place. I'll pump it in, and that way when the stuff comes out, if there's any heavies or gold, it'll hit this riffle and stay in. Hopefully, that's the idea. Ooh, man, I got a chopper coming. Oh, I think that's my chopper. Ooh, oh, I better not do that. Oh, they might get mad up there. So come on, let's go. All right, now I want you to see what I'm doing. I got my gold pan over there. I got some rocks in there. What will happen is it acts like a waterfall. I don't want to blow the gold out when I'm sucking up all the material and shooting it in there, so I've stacked rocks in there to collect anything that might fall in there. I know that's not the proper way to do it, and the water flow's not good enough here for a sluice, and I really didn't want to bring a 5-gallon bucket all the way up here, so we're doing it that way. And what I'm doing is I'm positioning the very top of the intake nozzle above the gravel. I'm not burying it in the gravel, I'm getting it right above that. So, and yeah, you're gonna get wet. Okay. Back up here to my panning spot. Okay. Nice comb. Water right here. I got some tadpoles down here. A lot of heavies in there too. Let's see what we got if I don't break my neck. Ugh. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, it's getting dark out. See all those heavies in there? See if I can swirl that around. Ooh. Hey, look at that. And I got some more little tiny pieces too. See, oh, get back up in there. Get back in. Man, those flakes wash away easy. See if I can, look at that. That flake wants to skirt across there. You get back up in there. Look at that. Okay, I got a nice, well, it's not, that's more like fly poop right there. You see that fly poop? That's a good piece. And I got 2 nice flakes out of there. Whew. I tell you what, man, that's hard going. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's short little episode on using a hand dredge. And if you like today's episode, please rate, share, and what? That's right, subscribe, you big old silly tree. And of course, leave me a slim comment because we like to know what you think about all this craziness out here. So until next time, this is Jeff Williams with Ooh, that's right, AskJeffWilliams.com, saying you want a hand dredge, but you're not sure what to do? Follow all my tips and I guarantee you'll get AU. Take care, everybody.